Well, hello again. Here we are on the pagan day of Wednesday, October 16th. It is still the 29th day of the 6th month on the celestial clock and calendar of Yahuwah. Yes, the fourth and final Sabbath of the 6th month. And we knew years in advance that this month, 6th month, would be only a 29-day month. Behind me is the moon still waxing to become fully restored in my area around 3 a.m. On the pagan day of Thursday, October 17th. This moon will be fully restored up until approximately the afternoon of Thursday, and it'll start to go in its waning phase, and thus why Friday, October 18th, is not New Moon Day. New Moon Day, the first day of the 7th month, will commence at the dawn on the pagan day of Thursday, October 17th, if you utilize all of the witnesses with the sun, moon, and stars. And as we can see behind me, Hamal is leading that moon right now as I speak. And speak as being the sun is being led by Speaka. And I'll go through all of this once again in today's scriptural study video. So we're going to try to get out at the fourth watch, at the dawn, first light, the true scriptural day start. I'm here right now. It's the second watch. And this is so important. People are only looking at a small window of time at sunset or sunrise. And again, the scriptural clock is just that. It's a clock. It goes through a whole daytime period. It goes through a whole nighttime period with 4 watches. Why are people attempting to get you and I and everyone else to focus on a small sliver of time? We are to understand, just like on a wristwatch, all of the time during all of the hours during the day. So why are people waiting for the 29th day only to determine what a month is going to be or when New Moon Day is going to be? Remember, Yahuwah and his witnesses are steadfast. And as such, you can measure them in advance or even in the past. This is called mapping. And just like when you get in a vehicle before you're going to a destination, you map out how long it's going to take based on the speed you're going to drive, and you know how long, and as such you tell the people that you're going to visit how long it should be based on that basic information of speed, distance, and time. That's what mapping is, or another word, forecasting. So again, you do it every day for everything else, but when it comes to the celestial clock and calendar of Yahuwah, you don't. That is kind of hypocritical. So we're going to draw that out in this study, and let's get back to getting some shut-eye here, and we'll get up before the fourth watch and see this fully restored moon meet and greet the sun at dawn. And in my area, it will be fully restored, meeting the sun at sunrise, even though that is not the end-all, do-all witness for everyone everywhere. So I'm going to sign off, and we'll see you in a bit. And before we do that, here is a photograph in my backyard at 9:15 p.m. Eastern, going from the first to the second watch, still being the 29th day of the 6th month, which is the pagan day of Wednesday, October 16th, 2024. Again, this is the night before New Moon Day. And I know this because Hamal is leading the moon, as you can see. So this moon is still waxing. It will be 100% or fully restored and or renewed. And as you can see, there's Hamal. There's the star Hamal. And as we know, Speaka is now leading the moon at this time. So there's that switch, so to speak, from a horizontal standpoint. And we'll get into that in the video. The other thing we're requesting people to do is take your photographs at the same time and embed them on top of stellarium. And this is how you know which stars you're looking at, what's leading the moon, what's leading the sun. And it's a very simple exercise to do. So there's that time, same date, and so forth. So a lot of fun and very simple to do. Okay, here we are back before the fourth watch. It's just after around 4:15 a.m. on the pagan day of Thursday, October 17th. And this view is where we took the picture going from the first to the second watch, of Hamal leading the moon. And as we know, last night on the pagan day of Wednesday, October 16th, again, Hamal was leading the moon and Spica was leading the sun. You have to know at any given time in the 4 night watches or during the daytime period where the position of the sun and moon are and the lead stars, just according to Hannock's writings. So the photograph I just shared shows the stars in this position now that we've come all the way from the first and second watch all the way just before the fourth watch. And as we know, that moon moves from east to west. And if we go over here, as you can see, there's that moon. That moon right now, just before this fourth watch, is 100%, or what we would call scripturally, fully restored, renewed. And in fact, that moon will be waning by this afternoon. So we don't point anyone, as we did in the past, regrettably, to a 3-minute window of either sunrise or sunset views only. We look at the whole face of the clock. So again, this is the west I'm looking at now, and in the first and second watch, this was the east. And as you can see in the background there, it's starting to become dawn or first light. So this view is from the east, and it rises all night through, and it starts heading towards the west to set in the west. Hallelujah. So here now is a photograph at that same time, looking towards the east. The moon is over towards the west, and notice how that moon is shining its light on this house here right beside mine. And you don't pick that up in a video, but when you do photographs with high resolution, all of this comes about, let alone all of these stars. Now, if you're wondering what these stars are, and again, this is just before the fourth watch, and at dawn commencing will be the first day of the 7th month, YOM Teruah, Pagan Day Thursday, October 17th. But if you wanted to know what these stars were, again, overlay your photographs on Stellarium and you can peg out the stars. This is how you learn. And we were shown this many, many years ago, and it has become a best practice. So now I'm going to go to the waterfront at the dawn, which is approximately 6 a.m. In my area. First light, YOM Teruah, and let's go to that clip now. Hallelujah! Here we are in the fourth watch, a true scriptural day start, first light, the dawn, and behind me on this pagan day of Thursday, October 17th, is a fully restored, renewed moon. This moon became fully restored approximately between 2 a.m. and 3 a.m. and it will be waning by about 2 p.m., 3 p.m. this afternoon. So if you wait for tomorrow, the pagan day of Friday, October 18th, it will be fully into a waning moon phase. So today is the first day of the 7th month, a day of remembrance where we blow the ram's horn, as I just shared in the video clip. So again, this moon in my area will greet the sun at sunrise as well, and again, that's not the end-all, do-all witness for New Moon Day. So make a long story short, let's go through the rest of the clip, go through the study why today will be the 177th day from Hannock, chapter 79, verse 4. So the pagan day of Wednesday, April 24th, 2024 was Abib. Today, and including today, will be the 177th day. So we'll go over that in this scriptural study video very quickly. Before I close though and go into the study, many of you are out there right now filming and photographing today. But more importantly, I'd like to thank all of the Bereans all over the earth that do this work. that they don't wait just for one day, let alone are just focusing on a sunset or sunrise event, which is anywhere from 30 seconds to 3 minutes. They understand the full face of the celestial clock and calendar of Yahuwah. They know where that moon is, what stars are leading it on any given evening for 4 night watches. They know where that sun is and the moon is during the daytime period as well. So like a wristwatch, you know where all 3 witnesses with the second, minute, and hour hand are at any given time of day and or night. That's how a clock works. No different than the celestial clock and calendar of Yahuwah. Let's get into the clip. And again, a big thank you to all of your Bereans out there that get out there and do this work on a daily basis. Thank you, and hallelujah on this first day of the 7th month, a wonderful day of remembrance. And hallelujah, it is indeed the lesser light, a light on a lampstand for all in the house to see. And that's why Hanok was able to number it, because he could see it. He could see it. It was simple and easy. And he stated from the first day of Abib, and including Abib all the way up, and including the day of trumpets. As we can see here, Abib was on the day of Wednesday, April 24th, 2024. And today is trumpets, Thursday, October 17th, 2024, which equates to 177 days. This is a time calculator from timeanddate.com and proves this as well. Simple and easy. So again, Hanok could see it. He numbered it. Very basic to prove. Hanok chapter 79, verse 4, till 177 days are accomplished. Reckoned according to weeks is 25 weeks and 2 days. So, this is why we number our days. 177 days from Abib in the first division, the first month, all the way to division 3 here in the 7th month for the first day of the 7th month, YOM Teruah. Very basic. And as we go through this study, this is why Hanok also stated in 2 Hanok chapter 14 verse 1 that a solar cycle annually comprised of 365.25 and a quarter days annually. This is why the Gregorian calendar has to intercalate, meaning add a day every 4 years, because that calendar is not aligned to the heavens. It is out by a quarter of a day annually. Again, that's why they have a leap year every 4 years and they add a day. If you go to Jubilees chapter 6, verse 32, and Hanok chapter 74, verse 12, he says the sun and stars have an annual cycle of 364. We know that Ursa Major goes around the North Star every day in 23 hours, 56 minutes, and 4.09 seconds. If you multiply that by a 365.25 solar annual cycle, that equates to 364 days, just as the Book of Hanok and the Book of Jubilees shares. He further goes on to say that a lunar cycle is 354 days in 2 Hanok chapter 16 verse 3, and thus why half of 354 is 177 days from Abib up to and including trumpets. Easy peasy. Very simple. If you get outside to test and prove all things. So again, this is where we're at. And as we shared last night in the first watch, Hamal was leading the moon, and by the fourth watch, it doesn't. It's the morning star. It stays up in the sky for 22 days, the morning star Hamal, going through trumpets, 10 days of awe, up to and including the 15th day of Sukkot, and the last great day, Shemini Atzeret, on the 22nd day. So this is why we understand it's all 3 witnesses. And then Ursa Major will be in its proper position facing up, second to third night watch, and the sun is in proximity to Spica. As we shared on the visuals in previous videos, Spica was leading the sun. So, are you led by a beeb and or men or women? Do you use all 3 witnesses of light? And again, they are given to us to tell time, more specifically, the appointed times of Yahuwah. 177 days from Abib up to and including YOM Teruah. Very basic. So let's do this exercise very quickly. So again, last night on the 29th day of the 6th month, which was the pagan day of October 16th, this is the first watch at moonrise. As you can see from a north view, they look linear. If you move this to a south view, Hamal is higher. And here are the rest of the scriptural stars in their proper position the night before YOM Teruah. If you go the whole cycle, another cycle from moonrise to moonrise, you will notice that Hamal is now above the horizon and Spica is leading the sun, as we talked about. So again, by this time, the moon is now waning. And if you go through the whole night period of the 17th into the 18th, the moon is going to go down to 98%. Friday, October 18th is not YOM Teruah. You would have missed it. And you're not a restored full moon believer. You're now a waning moon believer. And this is why we can prove this on these slides, comparing any time zone. So here is the Jerusalem view. Same scenario. Combine them, and here we go. Stop the video. Take a look at these slides. Here's Anaheim, California. Again, below the horizon, the night before New Moon Day, the 29th day of the 6th month, which is October 16th, below, and from a north view, and then above, going through that cycle of 23 hours, 56 minutes, and 4.09 seconds. That's Anaheim. Here is Dallas, Texas. Same scenario. So again, most people look at only a 3-minute window, sunrise and sunsets. Look at the whole face of the clock. Understand how a clock works. You do it with your wristwatch. Why not do it with the celestial clock and calendar of Yahuwah? You'd be glad that you did. So now we're going to share with you that there are many excellent Facebook pages out there. This is one of them called the Yahuwah House of Bereans. It's growing gangbusters. It's presently at 1.1 thousand members. Let me share some of the activity, because they don't wait just for sunrise or sunset for one day a year or one day a month. They get out every day. Let me share some of those visuals that they do. So here we are on the Facebook group page, Yahuwah House of Bereans, and as you can see, they do this daily. And they give you the information of the position of the moon, as it relates to the compass, its height to the horizon in degrees. And they do this daily, not just one day. They do it daily. They're full-timers. And this is Tracy and Raul, and they do an excellent job. They're the admins of this particular Facebook group. And here are all of their pictures. And then they embed them on top of Stellarium. They do such a great job, and other people start to do the very same thing, as you can see here with Patrice. They get the sun, moon, and the stars, the signs for them, on a monthly basis, and for all of the feasts. That's what this is about. So here it is again for YOM Teruah, and they're situated in Tulsa, Oklahoma. They have a Berean friend by the name of Willabelle, and she is YAHsome. Here is her example or offering for YOM Teruah, and she's comparing this year versus last year with the same sign. So it is definitely YOM Teruah at the dawn, or commencing at the dawn on the pagan day of Thursday, October 17th, and she's proving it. And here's more. There's just so much information here. And here's Yara, the individual, my Berean friend that I work with on our Facebook group, in helping with the administration duties. So let's go to that site now, because this is very basic. So if we go to this site, take a look at the film and photograph footage. So here's Patrice again. Here's Cynthia, does a great job, offers so much backup. Here's Joseph from Pensacola Beach in Florida. Here is Jody, that always does great photographs. And this is all for YOM Teruah. Here's Glenn once again offering videos, in this case, Wichita, Kansas. And again, we highly encourage folks to get out here. Here's Cynthia with photographs. She does a combination of photographs, film footage, and tons of apps. She backs it up 5 ways to Sunday. I hate to use that term, but here's another one from Patrick Christie with film and photograph footage. And I can keep going on and on and on. It's just unbelievable what's happening. The growth and the success and the camaraderie here with people on the same page, numbering their days with the sun, moon, and stars, has just been wonderful. So here we are, 7th renewed moon day, first day of the 7th month, commencing at the dawn on the pagan day of Thursday, October 17th. So if you're looking to assemble with folks of like mind, this is it. And then, of course, is the YouTube Scriptural Study channel that both my Better Three Quarters and I do since 2013. And it has all of the Scriptural Study videos. So as you can see, here you go. There are the videos, all in order from the latest one that was uploaded. So we very much suggest that if you have not already seen it, go to this one, Preparing for Trumpets and the Turn of the Year, because it's already been proven now. So we've mapped it out in advance. It's time to get serious about scriptural prophecy. Very interesting. Proof that the 15th day is always a conjunction or dark moon phase based on the writings of Hanok, as verified in the Shamayim monthly. And then this one was great because it was preparing to prove the 6th restored new moon and the lunar eclipse on the 15th, which we all did. And we have a few shorts on this channel as well. And we highly encourage folks to go to the playlists. There are 7. Scriptural full moon is new moon studies. Scriptural studies prophetically before the news, the prophets knew. Topical studies, song studies, law studies, which include the calendar, scriptural word studies, and scriptural name studies. And then there's the community page where you get to dialogue with other Bereans of like mind. And this works out very well. And this is where we put your photographs and film footage, let alone all of your mapping and all of your feedback. So we highly encourage people to utilize these tools while they are still available. So let's finish the presentation. And as you can see, that is the YouTube channel, Michael Shabbat Scriptural Studies, where my Better Three Quarters and I, of over 35 years, continue to have the privilege of doing this work. And here is a picture from Teresa, again, towards the dawn, first day of the 7th month, Pagan Day Thursday, October 17th. Thank you, Teresa. Here's one from Sylvia in Dresden, east of Germany, and there's Hamal. So she is getting that in those photographs as well. And here we are with Kim and Anton from West Wangara, Northland, New Zealand. And what's really cool about these folks is, think about this, they're in New Zealand, and they get portions photographing Ursa Major. Now think about that for a moment. And we cover how significant this is in the workshops. Remember, all the scriptural stars everyone on earth can see. Yes, the North Star in the southern hemiplane is not viewable. And here again, once again, is Joseph from Pensacola, Florida. Thank you, Joseph. And for all of you that were involved in filming Atlas, the comet, from October 11th all the way to the pagan day of October 21st, this is also mapped out. It's not coincidence. Look up as your redemption draws near. So we thank everybody for this work. And as shared previously, the next workshop is scheduled for the pagan day of Sunday, October 20th at 11 Eastern sharp. If you're interested in attending, this will be the 4th day of the 7th month on the celestial clock and calendar of Yahuwah. And again, if you're interested in attending, reach out to us with your Skype address or contact at family1@rogers.com, giving us authorization to share with you the schedule. So we'll have about 40 to 50 participants on this particular workshop. I'm going to help facilitate it with other facilitators that do this work on a daily basis. And finally, again, 177 days with Abib all the way to trumpets, which is today. And yes, the 7th month will be a 30-day month for those that are always thinking forward. And the first day of the 8th month will occur at the dawn, or commence at the dawn, on the Pagan Day of Saturday, November 16th, which will still be in Division 3. So we continue to call out, to cry out Shua to Yahuwah, that he continues to keep and guard each and every one of us and your loved ones. Until next time, may the Mashiach Yahushua, our only teacher and leader, be in everything we say and do. Have a YAHsome YOM Teruah, everyone. Hallelujah.